Less than 6 days left of the transfer window. The clock is ticking for Arsenal, with Mikel Arteta busy with another weekend of Premier League football. Edu Gaspar is cooking something behind the scenes. So today, we'll get the latest on our pursuit of a wide forward. Also discuss what a Tier 1 Leicester source has said about Youri Tielemans, and how the Gunners will tactically line up against Fulham. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Babs14 and welcome back to your boy's channel. A massive shout out to the guys at Pickstory who are sending your boy to Arsenal vs Fulham, and they also have a giveaway for you guys, as they are giving away one free ticket for Arsenal vs Fulham tomorrow at the Emirates Stadium. And all you have to do is go to this tweet, which will be linked down below in the description, follow all of the steps, reply to the tweet, and then you will be in with a chance of winning a free potential Arsenal tickets, with more potential giveaways coming up in the future. As always, don't forget to smash a like and subscribe if you are new. Let's get into the latest Arsenal transfer news. Starting off with Nicolas Pepe, as the Arsenal record signing was unveiled to the crowd at Nice ahead of the Europa League conference game, where ex-Arsenal midfielder Aaron Ramsey put in a masterclass. But with Pepe out of the door, Mikel Arteta says on signing a replacement, if we can implement the plan that we have, we will try to do it. We have been preparing for the last 2 months in order to achieve what we want. Whether that is possible or not, we will see. And in the same press conference, he also confirms that Arsenal are compliant with financial fair play, saying that it won't affect transfers as the club know what they want to come and their limitations. So the finances are in check and a plan is in place, and that plan, as according to Fabrizio Romano, is that Arsenal are focusing on signing a new winger following Nicolas Pepe's loan move to OGC Nice. Pedro Neto is the first choice for the club, where the player is tempted by the move, but it won't be an easy deal to do with Wolves, even though the player is very keen on a transfer and therefore personal terms would not be an issue, and the fact that Edu Gaspar has a very good relationship with the agency of Justified, a massive Portuguese-based agency with so many Portuguese players, one including our very own new signing in Fabio Vieira, a successful signing that Arsenal were able to get over the line in this transfer window, showcasing that Edu Gaspar has a relationship established with the agency of Pedro Neto. But the reason why it's not easy is, as David Ornstein says, even though Arsenal are exploring the Neto deal, Wolves are insistent they don't expect Neto to leave before the deadline. You'd expect that they would want a very high price at this late stage if they were to sell. Arsenal are yet to open direct negotiations with Wolves and have not made any sort of offer. So for Wolves to consider selling one of their most important players with just 5 to 6 days left of the transfer window, it's going to be an almighty task, and in terms of price tag, it's going to be brazy. Because even though Wolves are making moves behind the scenes, having had a €15 million proposal rejected for Stuttgart's Sasa Kalajic, having sold the likes of Morgan Gibbs-White for a very hefty price tag, Wolves are in a decent financial position and they don't have to sell the player, with there also being whispers that Ruben Neves might also potentially be on his way to Liverpool. As Dame Chef of Sky Sports says, Wolves' stance is that he in Neto is not for sale. However, money talks. It just depends if Arsenal were to make their interest formal, how much they would test the resolve of Wolves by going in with whatever money they thought is deemed fit for Neto. That final part is very important, because the fact that Arsenal have already spent over £100 million in this transfer window, they have outlaid a massive amount and are not prepared to go well over the odds to sign Pedro Neto. And I think if Wolves ask for crazy money like £60-70 million, then we can forget about a transfer. But at the same time, I do expect for Arsenal to make an offer. But do I expect for that offer to be accepted? That's a different story, because often Arsenal will make their first bids and it's almost just to test the waters. It's normally to gauge a transfer and how much the selling club might want. So even if they are to make an offer of £40 to £45 million with add-ons, etc., unless of course we see George Mendes play a massive part behind the scenes, I just don't expect for Wolves to accept any offer below £50 million. But as James Bench says, he thinks that Arsenal will get one in, a forward, but no names yet. Neto is a very hard deal to do. Also, there are whispers of a signing for the under-23s in the £1 to £2 million bracket. It's that wide forward that Arteta has identified as his out-and-out priority. On the right-hand side behind Bukayo Saka, we don't have that many options. That's why Arteta confirms the plan is in place, and that plan is Pedro Neto. They want to sign Neto, he's the main target. This is a question of if Arsenal have left it too late in this specific transfer window to sign a player that I see as a long-term target of Arsenal, that even if they don't sign in this specific transfer window, going into the future in January and next summer, Neto is still going to remain an Arsenal target. And as said by David Ornstein, never say never on incomings. You simply never know with Arsenal, because we've been here before where it felt like it was going to be quiet and then it exploded into life. Edu Gaspar has almost created a habit of deadline day masterclasses. Last year, Takahiro Tomiyasu. The year before that, Thomas Partey. I'm not saying that this summer it will be Pedro Neto or even Youri Tielemans, but let's just say that Edu has a history of deadline day masterclasses. According to James Ollie of ESPN, Celtic midfielder Matt O'Reilly is attracting plenty of attention from some of Europe's biggest clubs, including Borussia Dortmund, Liverpool, Arsenal and Manchester United. A bid in the region of £15 to £20 million could tempt Celtic in this window. Now, who exactly is Matt O'Reilly? Well, 21 years of age, an English-born midfielder, but a youth Danish international. Standing 6'1" in height, he actually signed for Celtic in January from MK Dons, and last season in 13 appearances, he had 6 goal contributions. The type of player that he is an attacking midfielder. He likes to get forwards, excels when it comes to creating chances, scoring goals, dribbles completed, and as Arteta evolves into a more attacking version of the 4-3-3, this is a profile that you could see very suited to the formation. But at the same time, he is still very unproven, very young and very raw. The fact that he is yet to complete a full season at Celtic, it's a lot of money for a somewhat unproven talent, and so I think it's a massive risk, and even if there is interest, I don't expect any moves in this specific transfer window. According to John Percy of The Telegraph, there have been no offers for Tielemans, and that has been a huge issue behind Rodgers' lack of signings. Arsenal could yet move for Tielemans next week, though wage demands are set to be a hurdle. I'm not so sure about that final part because according to Ben Jacobs, who was the first guy to report Arsenal's interest in Youri Tielemans, Arsenal have agreed personal terms and wages should not be an issue. And according to Rob Tanner LCFC, Arsenal see Tielemans as an expensive option considering they could get him for free in 12 months time from now. It's very important that I point out that when it comes to Leicester City sources, Rob Tanner is one of the most reliable ones, and what he's hinting towards here is that Arsenal don't see Tielemans as a need-must signing in this specific transfer window simply because of the price tag, because they realise that in 12 months time with a little bit of patience they could sign the player on a free transfer. Now there will be a lot of fans saying Babs, Arsenal are penny pinching here. Tielemans is an amazing player, an amazing signing, and Arsenal have to sign him in this specific transfer window. But at the same time, Arsenal have quite a few number 8 type of profiles. Right now it's Xhaka and Odegaard playing to a pretty high standard, but behind that, the signing of Fabio Vieira, the potential of Emil Smith-Rowe, and let's not forget about Alexander Zinchenko, who is also able to play there. There's a very good argument to be made that Arsenal already have a lot of number 8s, and even though I still think Tielemans would be an amazing signing, is he needs must? Is he more important than signing a wide forward? But what do you think is the best strategy for Arsenal to put forward? Is it sign Tielemans in this window for potentially £30 to £25 million, or wait an entire season and sign him on a free transfer next summer? Moving on, let's talk Arsenal versus Fulham. Our gargantuan institution is back in action at the Emirates Stadium. I'm so excited to go to the game to play against a Fulham team that I think is low-key underrated. That being said, in terms of their recent form, they've only won 1 out of their last 5, losing their last game against Crawley Town in the EFL Cup. And that was of course a shock result, but it's worth pointing out that Fulham played a lot of their academy players. In terms of Arsenal, not only are they undefeated in their last 8 meetings against Fulham, their form is also imperious. 3 wins to start the season and 5 out of their last 5. In fact, it goes up to 9 if you count the rest of pre-season. There's a sense of expectation that Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium up against a team like Fulham should make it 4 out of 4. But I'm going to say right now, I don't think this game will be as easy as some Arsenal fans think it's going to be. In terms of the Fulham team news, even though Neeskens Cabano is expected to miss out with a groin injury, and summer arrivals Manuel Solomon and Harry Wilson are still long-term absentees, guarantees. Fulham will likely have ex-Arsenal goalkeeper Pedro Neto starting in their goal. In terms of the Arsenal, Arteta confirms that everybody has trained this week and everybody is fine apart from Reece, who you know has been injured for a few weeks now, and that means that Arteta has a lot of players to pick from and some selection dilemmas. With that being said, in terms of lineup, I think it will be the same old 4 games in a row of a team of Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, midfield of Partey, Odegaard, Xhaka, and a front three of Martinelli, Jesus and Bukayo Saka. Over the years, Mikel Arteta has almost made it a habit that if there is no need for it, he won't change a winning team. But at the same time, I do have one tactical battle that I want Arsenal fans to keep an eye on, and that is Ben White versus Mitrovic, Fulham's top goal scorer from last season and has 3 goals in 3 games this season. And 2 of those goals have come this season from the far post against fullbacks. In the first game, it was Trent Alexander-Arnold, where Mitrovic absolutely bullied him, and even in their last win against Brentford, a 90th minute winner, Mitrovic at the far post bullying his fullback again. Even though Ben White is a decent defender in the air, Mitrovic is a different level of player, and that's why I'd almost keep my eye on Takehiro Tomiyasu on the Arsenal bench, even though I don't expect for him to start. Maybe in the second half if Arsenal are trying to see out the game. Don't be surprised if Mikel Arteta turns to his Japanese excellence. Fulham are also a very decent pressing team. They like to be high, they like to be aggressive, and that can cause a lot of teams issues. In fact, in the first game of the season against Liverpool, who are title contenders, they pinned them back and caused them a lot of issues. But in terms of Arsenal, you could almost argue we are tailor-made to be pressed, and the likes of Zinchenko, Saliba, Gabriel and Ben White are perfect for teams to press, and it's almost playing into Arsenal's hands. There is an elite amount of technical security, and if Fulham are to press Arsenal, if as to be expected Arsenal can break through that press, we can then get the ball into the final third, into players like Jesus, Saka and Martinelli, and cause a lot of issues. The reason why I don't think this game will be easy is because Fulham also have this ability to go long to Mitrovic. I just don't think this game is as easy as some Arsenal fans have made it out to be. But that being said, if Arsenal's ambition is Champions League football and maybe beyond that, games at home against teams like Fulham have to be 3-point bankers. Comment below your own thoughts going into this game and what are your matchday predictions for Arsenal versus Fulham. Moving on to the other Arsenal news today, and starting off with the Europa League, as Arsenal's official group stage has been announced. With Arsenal being in Group A and playing against PSV Eindhoven, FK Bode or Glimt and FC Zurich. A few decent teams there, maybe some decent away days, and PSV Eindhoven stand out straight away, the team that currently has Cody Gakpo. Arsenal are the firm favourites, and this year in the Europa League, even though you can't ever expect for a team to win a European competition because of how unpredictable it can be, I just think I want to win it so badly, and I want to get a piece of silverware, a European trophy, even if it isn't the Champions League. If we're going to be in the Europa League, as painful as it is sometimes, if you can win it, then it will be somewhat less painful. And you also have ex-Arsenal target Alexander Isak signing for Newcastle United for a club record €65 million plus a potential 5 in add-ons. Isak and Arsenal fans have quite a history. Back in the January transfer window, we spoke about him so many times. The infamous Isak number plate outside the Emirates Stadium, which I'm still confused by to this day. This time round, he is coming to the Premier League. It's confirmed, it's official, and for that sort of price tag for a player that had 6 goals scored in the league last season, considering that Arsenal signed Gabriel Jesus for €45 million, so much cheaper, I still think Isak can be an amazing player, and at Newcastle with Saint-Maximin, Guimaraes and Eddie Howe, it could be a very decent team there. But a price tag of €70 million for a player that only scored 10 goals last season, it's exactly why Arsenal have stayed away and gone for Jesus instead. But that is the video there and there, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and if you have, smash a like and subscribe if you are new. If you would like to follow your boy on all of his social medias, then the links are down below in the description. Don't forget to check out Pick Story if you want a chance to win a free Arsenal ticket. But that was today's episode of the Transfers FC, and Pedro Neto and Youri Tielemans are the names on the lips of Arsenal fans as it stands. But my focus is all on Fulham at the Emirates Stadium. Let's make it 4 out of 4 and stay top of the Premier League. Anyways guys, I'll see you next time. Take care and in a bit.